Yes. So, Donald Trump and Barack Obama have quite the intimate history. And, in a lot of ways, Obama is the whole reason that Donald Trump ran for president anyway. And I don't mean that in like, oh, I'm the Messiah and I'm going to save you because of all the damage that Barack Obama did. Now, of course, that's a lot of how he ran his campaign in 2016 and crooked Hillary and all of that stuff, lock her up and what have you. We all remember that. But, when Barack Obama was president, Donald Trump, he's the one who started the whole birtherism thing. Obama wasn't actually born in Hawaii. He was born in Kenya. I'm going to send some people to Hawaii to see what's actually going on. We're going to get to the bottom of this once and for all. Of course, nobody ever got to the bottom of it. But, that's kind of how things got going. And then I can't remember, it was some dinner. It was some dinner, and Donald Trump was there, and Obama roasted him in front of the whole world. And that did it. Remember when Obama, he was like, something like, now we can get to the important things like, did we actually land on the moon? And is the earth flat and stuff like that? And it was like right after that, not very long after that, Donald Trump announced his campaign, and the rest is history. But he's never really, really been able to get over it. He does his rallies. Y'all see him when he does his rallies. Barack Hussein Obama. You remember him. Yes, indeed. But here we go. He's still jealous. He's still mad. And this is funny. Y'all probably have already seen it, but this is him talking about the Nobel Prize. And honestly, I mean, Obama didn't even know why he got the Nobel Prize other than like, oh, the first black man, so we'll just honor him. I remember when that happened. I was still in high school, but this is him talking about it. This is pretty funny.
If I were named Obama, I would have had the Nobel Prize given him in 10 seconds. He got the Nobel Prize. He didn't even know what the hell he got it for. Remember, he got elected. Well, so did I.
Life isn't fair. Life isn't fair. I got $400 million from my dad, squandered all of it. I swindle everybody. All I know is con and swindle. I swindled everybody. I never paid people. I somehow stumbled my way into the presidency. I should be in prison. I'm not in prison right now. That's where I should be. But life is so unfair because Barack Obama, people still like him. People like him more than they like me. I lost the popular vote to Hillary Clinton by 3 million votes and 7 million to Joe Biden. I didn't lose to Joe Biden.
Let's continue.
He got elected and they announced he was getting the Nobel Prize. Remember, he said, oh, what did I do? He didn't know what the hell he did. He got the Nobel Prize for doing nothing. For getting elected, but I got elected too.
And I don't know how this came up exactly, but
I got elected too. He's not the only one. When I was in office, I didn't do anything but tweet and golf. Now, why didn't I get a Nobel Peace Prize? That would have been nice.
And again, we've acknowledged Obama was like, I don't know what I did to deserve this, but this is hilarious nonetheless.
If I think of that, we did something, the Abraham Accords, unprecedented. Nobody thought it was possible. And I'm not saying want or not. I'm just saying if it was anybody else, liberal, Democrat, they would have had it before the damn thing was even signed, So
if it was anybody else other than Donald Trump, I know I'm convicted of 34 felonies, and after I lose this election, I'm going to be convicted of even more felonies, and I'm probably going to be in and out of court and prison for the rest of my life. But life is just so unfair. I shouldn't even have to face the consequences for things that I've done.
Oh, there has to be fairness, and I don't care, but I'm not looking for it. I'm not politicking for it. I'm just saying that there's a lot of unfairness in this world, and I think
there's a lot of unfairness in this world, and one of the most unfair things is me not getting the Nobel Peace Prize because Barack Obama got it and he doesn't even know why he got it. It's just, it isn't fair.
Yeah, again, at least we acknowledge I'm not sure exactly why he got the Nobel Peace Prize either, and neither is he, but hilarious nonetheless. He's like, no, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. I'm not whining, but this is an unfair world. And, when it comes to fairness, Donald Trump is definitely a good example of that, but in the opposite way that he thinks he's talking about. Donald Trump has gotten away with things over and over and over and over again throughout his life. And he did so publicly in front of all of us, despite the disaster that was his presidency, despite all the crimes that he committed on his way out of office, January 6th, all of that, taking the documents.
Find me 11,780 votes.
Despite all of that, Hey, but now let's go ahead and move on. We got a couple more before this clip is finished. He said, "Oh yeah, this was from because I'm sure that y'all have seen Obama crisscrossing around the country and everything like that, um, stumping, campaigning for Kamala Harris, spreading the message, doing his thing. But Donald Trump, of course, he got wind of it. He got wind of it, and he just started talking out of his ass like always. So let me go ahead and pull this up, and then we'll get to it. So let's bring this up right here. Oh, there we go. Trump makes dubious claim Barack Obama will end up voting for him because Kamala Harris is an extremely low IQ person. As we know about Donald Trump, everything is projection, projection or confession, literally everything. Donald Trump, of course, is one of the dumbest people America has ever had in public life, period, let alone to hold the highest office in the world, really, not just in the land, not just in the country, but the highest office on the whole planet. Somehow Donald Trump got himself there because this is a ridiculous and racist country. A lot of other things too, but let's see what he has to say. It's just, it's always hilarious.
Kamala can't do these interviews.
Says the man who can't do 60 minutes. All right, so let's see. Let's see. Hold on, where we at? We got former president and Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump made the unlikely suggestion that his predecessor in the White House, former President Barack Obama, might vote for him on Friday, which of course won't happen, and we know that will not happen. Hold on, let's see. He said, okay, this is what Obama said. He said, "My understanding, based on reports I'm getting from campaigns and communities, is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities we saw when I was running." So basically, he's trying to tell, get people registered if there's still time, get people out to vote. And then, hold on, what did Trump say? Okay, here, because this is where it gets good. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're all here for, in fact. So then he goes to Truth Social and he says,
Obama admits a total lack of enthusiasm for Kamala, especially with black men, he wrote. I think Obama will be voting for me.
excuse me, I gotta have a warm beverage when I do Donald Trump's voice because it just gets to me.
Obama admits a total lack of enthusiasm for Kamala, especially with black men. I think Obama will be voting for me because he doesn't like the fact that Kamala is an extremely low IQ person.
And again, keep him, we're so used to Donald Trump, but like this dude, Donald Trump, we're so used to and so desensitized to his craziness. But like this man is 78 years old. This is a 78-year-old, 12-year-old. He has the vocabulary of a fourth grader, which is why every time he speaks, it's just everything is the best and the biggest and the worst or the most terrible,
Like nothing anybody's ever seen before.
It's not just that he's a con artist and a constant grifter. He's always a very, very, well, not always. He's also a very, very unintelligent person. With and more importantly than being unintelligent, he's not curious. Like Donald Trump is just not curious about the world at all. And so, because if you have a bit of a you're not the most intelligent. If you put forth an effort, you can still learn things and try. Donald Trump isn't interested in that. Donald Trump's just interested in ripping people off. And that's about it. So now let's go and check my man's out talking about how 60 Minutes, needs to be investigated. CBS needs to be investigated and they need to lose their license. I guess for editing the interview or whatever he said. Again, this from a man who didn't have the courage to do the interview at all. It's just, anybody backing this man, you have no credibility. Like you really don't. Your credibility is just completely shot. Like you can't, you could point out legitimate things about the Harris campaign or the Democrats, but it's like on your side, like, you got Donald Trump. So how strong is that really? All right, what is my man talking about? They're a threat to democracy. They got to get up out of here. Okay, where we at? Bill Whitaker, Vice President Kamala Harris. Where's my man's talking about? So he says, because we're just gonna get straight to the point, right? Because the 60 Minutes interview was last week, and I'm sure all of y'all done seen it already. Sorry, I had to take a swig. So Trump posted on social media. He said,
60 Minutes is a major part of the news organization of CBS, which has just created the greatest fraud in broadcast history.
again, constant projection. He's calling other people a fraud. He calls, lying Kamala. She's a no good liar. She didn't work at McDonald's. The dumbest thing about the whole she didn't work at McDonald's thing is that Kamala Harris grew up in the lower middle class. So if she lied about working at McDonald's, where did she really work? Taco Bell, Burger King. You know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous. Again, coming from a man who's never done anything like that whatsoever.
CBS should lose its license, and it should be bid out to the highest bidder.
Oh, I'm having a struggling time doing Donald Trump's voice today.
And it should be bid out to the highest bidder, as should all other broadcast licenses, because they are just as corrupt as CBS and maybe even worse.
So basically, not okay. So it's even bigger than that. It's even more tremendous than that. So not only does CBS need to lose their license, but every other broadcasting network. So just get rid of all of them. Like anybody who has the gall to say anything negative about me or not do what I want them to do exactly, just take their license. And again, the MAGA Donald Trump supporters are the ones they're always talking about, oh, First Amendment free speech. The Democrats are going to take your free speech away. And then Donald Trump says stuff like this. It's so stupid, man. It's just so damn stupid. Like, what do you really do with these people? And then here we go, him calling a CBS a threat to democracy. Again, endless projection.
With me, 60 Minutes does the exact opposite. They take everything I say, realize how totally...
Oh my God. I couldn't even get through it. I couldn't even get through it, man. Donald Trump is the most... Okay, here we go. He's so ridiculous.
With me, 60 Minutes does the exact opposite. They take everything I say, realize how brilliant it is, and take it out. So with Kamala, they add. With Trump, they delete. Like the Democrat Party, they are a threat to democracy.
I mean, he's so goddamn dumb. Like, why are you capitalizing brilliant? Again, this dude's 78. He's not like a 21-year-old with bipolar disorder who's like, on a high, which is what he acts like. He's 78 and he acts like this. When they realized how totally brilliant I am, like, bro, no, you stormed out of your 60 Minutes interview. Like, what do you mean? Like, they didn't delete that. They showed that. What are you talking about? And then this time you didn't do it. Because, I do the wave.
I'm basically a truthful person.
I do the wave. All right, and now we just gonna watch Donald Trump awkwardly stand in place for like a couple minutes because why not? So let's check this out. Now we're gonna get to this. Share screen. Donald Trump. All right, so he got roasted apparently for standing in one spot for 5 minutes during a rally. He says Trump was at a Detroit Economic Club event today, and for like 5 minutes, he just stood on stage alone, bopping around in one spot. Hey,
From the
they
lakes
playing
of
American
Minnesota
classics.
to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA. There's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say.
It's been 30. He's just like, he gets scuttled around. My man's got on them sketchers with them rolly sketches. He just need to kick them on so he can move over to the podium or wherever he's speaking. He just standing there like, because when he dances, because Trump only has 2 dance moves. You know what I'm saying? Either he's like, he goes like this, or he's like going like this. It's one of the two. You feel me? Like either he's shifting side to side, hitting a little shimmy like that, or he's like doing a double jerk. You feel me? Like giving it to 2 motherfuckers, giving it to 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, ha, 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 ha. Or he's like this. But he ain't even doing that this time. He just chilling. He's like, I don't got to do all that. I don't got to move.
at least I know
I'm
I'm
free.
free. And I won't forget
Oh, he getting a
the
little head
days
shuffle.
I
He doing a little, doing a little bit of that. He just letting the people admire him. That's all it was. He was like, yeah, soak it in. Soak me in, bitch. Soak it all in.
who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Okay, now he hitting. Okay, what is he doing? What is my man's doing? I was like too busy looking at myself for a second because he wasn't moving, not doing nothing. But he put his hands out like he about to fall. Like he like, whoa. Hold up, what we got? He about to do it. He gonna hit it. He about to hit that. My man, cranking that Batman. You feel me? One more time. I should probably do something. Let me waddle. Let me waddle from side to side. Go ahead and waddle from side to side. My man's just hitting that waddle, doing his thing. Yes, indeed. Donald Trump is continued to be upset. He's gonna be obsessed with Obama for the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna come to an end. And life is so unfair for him. Because why can't he have a Nobel Peace Prize? Why not? For what? Hey now. Thank you so much for tuning in here at Politics and Paper. If you like what I do and you support my work, go ahead and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it and really helps to support what we do here.